Alright guys, what's going on? Bloodhound here, and today we're going to be discussing how to become the best Warzone player possible. There are 4 points that we're going to go into, and with that being said, let's get into it. First point we're going to be talking about right now is teamwork and communication. So when it comes to teamwork and communication, this is the most important for your game situations when you're in a team or in a duo or trio. Now, ways that we improve our communication is just making clear comms, guys. When you guys continuously ramble on and give unclear callouts, it's going to put your own life at risk and your teammates. So an easy way to do this is making short and clear communications. For example, if we're on Rebirth Island and there's a guy on top of prison, an easy call would be, he's on top of prison on live mark, if you mark him. If you're unable to mark him, just say, he's on top of prison on the right side, saying if he's more to the right. So it gives your teammate a good idea to where he is. He knows he's now in top prison and he's on the right side of it. Now another way to point it out is if he's by a landmark, like buy station. So if he's buy station, say he's greenhouse by buy station. That's a really good calm right there. A lot of guys, you know, squeakers out there, I'm sorry, but I don't like playing with you. There's nothing against you. I don't actually care about your boys, but it's just because 99.9% of the time, you guys will tend to ramble on and continuously talk when I'm in game. Guys, please stop doing this. If you want to be part of a team, you cannot ramble and you cannot continuously talk. Backseat gaming is even worse, and it just makes your team perform worse in general. Guys, if I'm in a clutch situation and you're talking in the background, I can't hear anything, right? Now, if someone's completely oblivious and you know they don't know, it's okay to make that call up for them, but make it short and make it clear so they can focus. When we're playing, we need the best focus possible, and this is how you do it with teamwork and good comms. Alright, so for our next point, we're talking about aim. So working on your aim is extremely important in Warzone, as I would say it's pretty much 80% of the things that you require when you're pushing a team. So there's a lot of ways you can improve your aim. The best ways I would say is you can either do an aim trainer, hop in a Plunder game, multiplayer, or a lobby of bots. Now, with aim trainers, these are really good. I'm gonna make another video about this, discussing it more. With aim trainers, you can really focus on what you want to work on, that being flicking, precision, tasks, all that, right? With Plunder, you're really going to be testing your game situations, and you're really going to be in a situation where you're constantly having to move, and same thing goes for multiplayer. With bots, now, if you're in bots, and you're in a aim trainer, as I said earlier, this is what I want you to focus on. I want you guys to focus on your mechanics. I don't care how fast you kill the guy. If say you're sniping and it takes you 2 shots to get him instead of getting that guaranteed headshot, that's terrible training right there. I couldn't care less if you could kill him faster. Even if you could kill the guy in under 0.5 seconds, but you need to take those 2 shots while it takes you a second to kill him with just 1 shot, I'd rather you guys do that, because training your mechanics over time, you're going to get way better at them. You're going to get faster at them. You are going to be able to develop it to the point where it's the same speed. So developing mechanics is way more important than developing time to kill. Understand, oh, it's good and stuff, but when you can develop good mechanics, it's not going to matter, because those good mechanics will overtake that fast time to kill over time. So that's a good way to improve your aim. Just copying in Plunder, multiplayer, what's called rebirth is a great one as well, as I stated earlier, and aim trainers. I'm going to be getting more in depth with this, but I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just going to briefly discuss it and how to improve it shortly. So with that being said, let's get on to our next point. Alright guys, for our next point, we're going to be talking about IQ. So what is IQ? IQ is making a play different to just standing in a corner and waiting for the team to push up. Say I'm in a building and I kill someone. The best situation is not to stay in that room. The best thing is for me to jump out, or jump out plate up, for example. If I do this move, it's really going to benefit me in the long run, because I'm understanding that I can outmaneuver my opponents. Now, doing this will really help you, as IQ is probably the most important thing, I would argue, in Warzone. I think it's more important than aim in most situations, because you can have the most cracked aim in the game, but you are not going to dominate, mainly because you suck. Like, I'm being dead ass, you suck at your IQ. So, when you kill a guy, the best situation is not to stay in the same spot, is to reposition yourself. Now, there's a lot of ways we can fix this and we can improve this. We can play Plunder and multiplayer. These are really good ways in order to develop your IQ, because you're put in situations where you're playing at a fast pace and forced to think on your feet right away. Yes, you can play Verdansk or Rebirth, which are I think Rebirth is the better option, but you can do these, but I would argue it's not as efficient as a multiplayer or a Plunder game, because I think those are just more fast paced and allow you to develop that IQ. Another great way, which I think is the most important way to develop your IQ, is understanding what you did wrong. If you guys are playing with a higher level player of you, ask what you did wrong. I don't think they're going to have a problem explaining to you what you should have done in that situation. This is a great way to improve, and this is what you need to target especially the most. Guys, I understand this is painful, it takes time, but that time is going to help you become a 0.5 KD player to a 2 KD player. Trust me, work on your IQ. Alright guys, and for our final one, we're talking about movement. Movement is a very important thing to develop in Warzone. So how do we improve our movement? Basically, working on our slide canceling is the first step to making great movement. Ways you develop slide canceling is when you're attack sprinting, which is the fastest sprint possible, by the way, just in case you didn't know. When we're sprinting, when we're about to feel as if that top sprint is about to end, we touch our crouch button twice. So on keyboard and mouse, that'd be C as the default, and on controller, I'm not sure what you guys use, but the crouch button that you guys use, you spam it, and then you're gonna slide cancel. So that's how slide canceling works. It's an efficient, fast way to extend that attack sprint, because right after you do your slide cancel, your attack sprint automatically resets. That's just the basics. So there's more advanced movements like bunny hopping and drop shotting, but I'll discuss drop shotting now. I'm gonna make another video about advanced movement because I don't really want to make this video too long, and I'll explain later why. So when you're drop shotting, what you want to do is pressing your prone button when you're shooting or fighting an enemy, and then that's called drop shotting. Basically, your opponent's gonna be forced to aim down. But I would not recommend using this too often, as I think it's outdated and a lot of people have adjusted to it already. And the only problem I have with drop shotting is it leaves you vulnerable and causes you to get prone blocked at times. I've lost a lot of games because of that. So that's just the basics of movement. I'm going to be making another video, as I said earlier, about advanced movement. But for now, I think that should help you improve from a 0.8 KD to like a 1.1, which is pretty big I must say. Okay, with that being said, hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to be talking a bit more after this. I just need to do cuts. Peace. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry I didn't get too in-depth about my descriptions on how to improve. The main reason I didn't do this is because I want to capture your attention. I want to make sure you guys are listening and actually taking what I say into account. If I made a video too long explaining one thing in particular, you guys are not going to listen to me, let's be honest. I need to make sure that you guys have your full attention and that you guys are focused on what I'm saying and improving your game as best as you can. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stick around if you want to see me make more great videos. I'm going to be making more advanced videos on IQ, movement, and aim. With that being said, peace.